It was a cold, silent night when the boy Ayan stood outside a small broken house. The street was empty, and the only sound was the wind moving the dry leaves. Ayan's hands were shaking. His clothes were dusty, and his eyes looked tired, like he had not slept for days. He whispered to himself in a soft voice, "You make mommy happy. That's all I need." His small face had fear, but also a strange kind of strength. He looked only 10 years old, yet there was something heavy inside him, something a child should never carry. For a moment, Ayan looked at the door of his house, as if he was scared to enter. He took a deep breath and closed his eyes. The narrator's voice filled the scene. Nobody knew what the boy had faced in the last 24 hours. But tonight, everything changed. Flashback begins. Ayan lived with his mother in a small rented house. Life was simple, and money was always tight. But they had love-strong love. His mother, Zara, worked long hours. She always looked tired, but she tried to smile for Ayan. Ayan loved her smile. He believed it was the most beautiful thing in the world. Every morning before school, Ayan would make tea for her. Sometimes it was too sweet, sometimes too bitter, but she always said, "Ayan, you make my day happy." But Ayan noticed something his mother never said. She smiled, yes, but her eyes were always sad. One evening, Ayan came home early from school. As he opened the door quietly, he heard soft crying. His mother was sitting on the floor holding her head with both hands. There were bills scattered around her: electricity, rent, medicine. Ayan's heart broke. He walked to her slowly and touched her shoulder. "Mommy." She quickly wiped her tears and forced a smile. "Oh, baby. You're home early. Did you eat anything?" Ayan asked gently. "Mommy, why are you crying?" She shook her head. "No reason. Mommy is just tired." But Ayan knew she was hiding something. That night, before sleeping, he hugged her tightly and said, "I want to make you happy. Mommy, always." She kissed his forehead and whispered, "Ayan, you already do. You are my strength." Ayan didn't know it then, but these words would stay inside him forever. Something strange the next week. Ayan began noticing something strange. A man started coming to their house. A tall man with a rough voice. He always spoke to Ayan's mother in whispers. Every time he left, she looked more worried one day. Ayan heard shouting from inside the house when he was returning from school. His mother's voice, scared, broken. Ayan ran to the door. Before he could enter, the man stormed out. He looked at Ayan with cold eyes and said nothing. He just walked away angrily. Ayan ran inside. His mother wasn't crying, but she was shaking. "Who was that man?" Ayan asked. She didn't answer. Instead, she said, "Forget it, Ayan. Please don't ask." But Ayan couldn't forget. Something inside him was scared. Something felt wrong. The night of the decision, later that night, while Ayan was trying to sleep, he heard voices again. Not shouting, whispering. His mother was talking to someone on the phone. Her voice was low. Afraid, Ayan heard her say, "Please, give me some time. I don't want my son to know." Ayan froze. His heart beat fast. He felt like something heavy was pressing on his chest. He got up slowly and opened the door a little. He saw his mother crying again, this time harder than before. That moment changed him. Something woke up inside him. A kind of courage mixed with fear. He whispered to himself, "Mommy is in trouble, and I have to help her." He didn't know how. He didn't know what danger was coming. But he knew one thing. He would do anything to make his mother happy. The narrator's voice returned as the scene faded. That night, Ayan made a decision no child should ever make. A decision that would take him into a darkness he did not understand. The morning after that strange night, Ayan woke up before the sun. He didn't feel like a child today. His mind was heavy and his chest felt tight. He kept hearing his mother's words from the phone call. "Please, give me some time. I don't want my son to know." Those words played again and again in his mind. His mother was already in the kitchen, making tea. She tried to look normal, but Ayan saw her red eyes. She had been crying again. She placed a cup in front of him and said, "Good morning, Ayan. Drink your tea. Ayan tried to smile, but something inside him felt broken. He asked quietly, Mommy, are you okay? She froze for a second. Then she forced a soft smile. Yes, baby. Mommy is fine. But Ayan wasn't a baby anymore. He could see the truth. A new fear in his way to school. Ayan kept looking around. The tall man he saw earlier. The one who shouted at his mother. What if he returned? What if he heard her again? Every time a car passed, Ayan's heart jumped. Every time a stranger looked at him, he felt unsafe. At school, he couldn't focus. His teacher asked twice why he looked so tired, but he just said he wasn't feeling well. His friends laughed and talked loudly, but Ayan sat alone. For the first time, he didn't feel like a boy. He felt like someone carrying a secret too big for his small shoulders. During lunch break, he made a plan. He decided to go home early and check on his mother. Maybe she needed him. He couldn't sit still while she suffered. A hidden letter. When Ayan reached home, he saw something strange. The front door was slightly open. Not wide, just a little, like someone entered in a hurry. His heart started beating loudly. He stepped inside slowly. Mommy. He called. No answer. The house was quiet, too quiet. He walked into the bedroom. His mother wasn't there. But something else caught his eye, a small white envelope lying on the floor. He picked it up. His hand shook. The envelope had his mother's name written on it. He opened it carefully. Inside was a short note. This is your last warning. Pay what you owe, or next time. Your son will pay the price. Ayan's face turned pale. He read the words again and again. Someone wanted money. Someone was threatening his mother, and now, threatening him. Tears filled his eyes, but he wiped them quickly. He didn't want to cry. He wanted to protect her. The truth about his mother when his mother came home later that evening. She was shocked to see Ayan holding the letter. The color vanished from her face. Ayan, where did you find this? She whispered. On the floor, he said. Mommy, what is this? Why are they writing this? What do they want from you? His mother sat on the floor holding her head. Ayan, I never wanted you to know. Know what? He asked. She took a deep breath. Her voice broke as she spoke. Ayan, months ago, I borrowed money. I thought I could pay it back. But things got worse. I lost my second job. I couldn't keep up with the bills. I tried. I really tried. Ayan listened silently. These men, they are not good people, she continued. I asked for more time, but they refused. And now they want to scare me by using you? Ayan felt fire inside him, fear mixed with anger. Mommy, I will help you, he said strongly. She shook her head. No, Ayan, you are a child. You can't do anything. But Ayan didn't agree. He remembered the whisper he said last night, you make Mommy happy? That's all I need. And now it became a promise. The mysterious stranger that night. Ayan couldn't sleep. Every sound outside felt dangerous. Every shadow on the wall felt alive. Around midnight, he heard footsteps outside the house, slow, heavy footsteps. He peeked through the window. A man was standing near the gate, not moving, not talking, just watching the house. Ayan froze. Who was he? Was he one of the men from the letter? Was he here for his mother, or for him? Ayan quietly stepped back. His heart said one thing. The danger was closer than he thought, and he had to do something before it was too late. The man standing outside the gate did not move. He stood like a shadow made of stone, hands inside his pockets, head slightly lowered. His face was hidden under a dark cap. The night was quiet, but Ayan felt the noise of his heartbeat in his ears. He slowly stepped away from the window and whispered to himself, Mommy must not know. She will get scared. Ayan sat on the floor, hugging his knees, trying to think. Why was the man here? Was he watching their house? Was he waiting for something? The fear inside him grew bigger than ever before. Morning comes with a low wind. Morning light touched the room. Ayan's eyes were still open. He hadn't slept. He kept checking the window again and again. By sunrise, the man was gone. Ayan breathed slowly, but the fear remained. His mother noticed how tired he looked. "Ayan, you didn't sleep?" she asked gently. He quickly shook his head. "No, Mommy, I am fine." It was a lie, but he didn't want to make her worry more. He forced a small smile, pretending to be normal, but inside, he was breaking. The strange man returned after school. Ayan walked home faster than usual. His bag bounced against his back, and sweat formed on his forehead. He kept looking behind him, checking if anyone was following. When he reached home, he froze. The same man from last night was standing near the corner of the street. Not close. Not far. Just watching, Ayan felt cold inside his chest. He entered the house and locked the door quickly. He didn't tell his mother. He didn't want her to panic, but she noticed his shaking hands as he placed his school bag down. "Ayan, what happened?" "Nothing, Mommy. Just tired." Another lie. A secret plan begins that night, when his mother fell asleep early. Ayan sat alone in the dim light of a small lamp. He opened his school bag and took out a small notebook. Inside the notebook, he wrote a list. What do they want from Mommy? Why are they watching the house? How can I protect Mommy? What can I do alone? He knew he was just a child, but he also knew something the men didn't know. A child can be brave when it comes to love. Ayan decided he needed to know the truth. Not the half-truth, but the hidden truth, the full truth. The letter with the missing half. While searching the house for clues, he found something new. Behind the old cupboard, half torn and dusty, he found another small envelope. It had no name on it. Inside was a paper with only a few words. Final week. If not paid, take the boy. Ayan's hands turned cold. They had been threatening his mother long before he found the first letter. He swallowed hard. "Mommy, why didn't you tell me?" he whispered. He felt both angry and sad. Angry because his mother hid the danger. Sad because she had suffered alone. He pressed the torn paper against his chest. The confrontation later that evening. While Ayan was pretending to study, there was a knock at the door. A loud, hard knock. His mother walked to the door slowly. She opened it just 1 inch. A strong voice said, "Time is over. You know what to do." Ayan's heart stopped. His mother whispered, "Please. Just a few more days?" "No more days," the man said coldly. "If you cannot pay, we will take what you love most." Ayan clenched his fists. He wanted to run and stop him, but fear held his feet like chains. The man left, and his mother quickly locked the door, leaning her head against it. Ayan came to her silently and held her hand. She looked at him with eyes full of pain. "I am sorry, Ayan," she whispered. "I wanted to protect you." Ayan hugged her tightly. "Mommy, I will protect you too." A boy's decision that night. Ayan sat near the window, watching the street. The man from before returned. He stood far away, but this time, he wasn't alone. Another man was with him. They were planning something. Ayan understood one thing. If he waited, something terrible would happen. If he stayed quiet, his mother could lose everything. So he made a decision, a dangerous one, brave one, a decision no child should ever make. He whispered to himself, "I will stop them, even if I have to face them alone." And with that, Ayan stepped into a darkness he did not fully understand. The next morning, Ayan woke up before his mother. His eyes were swollen from crying silently the whole night. He kept thinking about the men outside, the torn letter, and the threat. "We will take what you love most." He looked at his mother sleeping on the floor mattress. She looked tired and fragile, almost like she might break if someone touched her too hard. Ayan felt something heavy inside his chest. He whispered, "I will save you, Mommy, even if I have to fight alone." Strange visitor. A little after sunrise, someone knocked on the door again. But this time the knock was soft, gentle. Ayan ran quickly before his mother could wake up. He opened the door just a little. An old lady stood, their white hair, wrinkled face, and kind eyes. She was their neighbor, Aunt Miriam. "Ayan, beta, are you okay?" "You look scared," she said softly. Ayan forced a smile. "Yes, I am fine." But she didn't believe him. She looked around the street and said in a low voice, "I saw some strange men here last night. They were watching this house." Jan's heart dropped. Before he could answer, his mother came to the door. She quickly stepped forward and said, "Mariam, Apa, everything is fine. Please don't worry." But there was fear in her voice. Aunt Mariam looked at her with concern. "Zara, you can tell me if something is wrong." Ayan looked at his mother, hoping she would speak the truth, but she didn't. She smiled weakly and said, "No, nothing is wrong." Ayan felt something inside him break again. Why was she hiding everything? Why was she suffering alone? A hidden past reveals itself after Aunt Mariam left. Ayan sat in the corner of the room. He couldn't stay silent anymore. "Mommy, tell me the truth," he said softly. His mother froze. "Why are those men coming here? Why are they watching our house? Why do they want to take me?" His mother sat down slowly. Her hands trembled. "Ayan, I never wanted you to know, but maybe you deserve the truth." Ayan waited. She took a deep breath before speaking. "Before you were born, I made a mistake. I trusted the wrong people. I borrowed money from them because your father had left us. I was alone, scared, and pregnant. I thought I could pay them back." Her voice shook as she continued, but they kept increasing the amount. Every month, more money. They wanted control, not repayment. When I refused to work for them, they threatened me. Ayan felt his whole body tighten. I ran away, changed houses many times. I thought they stopped looking. But recently, they found me again. A small tear slipped down her face, and now they want you to force me to pay. Ayan's hands balled into fists. His mother wiped her tears and said, "I am sorry, Ayan. I just wanted a safe life for you." He hugged her tightly. "Mommy, I am not angry. I just want to help you." She kissed his head. "You already do. More than you should." The envelope under the door that evening, while his mother was cooking, someone slid another envelope under their door. Ayan ran and picked it up before she could see it. Inside was a single line. "Tomorrow night, bring the money if not. The boy comes with us." Jan felt like the room was spinning. Tomorrow night? They were giving no time. He hid the letter in his pocket. He didn't tell his mother. A step into danger later that night. She looked peaceful, unaware of the new threat. Ayan knew she didn't have the money. He knew she couldn't stop these men alone, so he made a painful decision. He wrote a small note and placed it near her pillow. "Mommy, I will fix everything. Please don't worry. I love you." Then he quietly left the house. The street was dark, but he wasn't afraid anymore. He had a plan. He would find the men and end this danger himself. He didn't know how strong they were. He didn't know what they would do. But he knew one thing. He wasn't running anymore. This time, he was going toward the danger. And with that, the small boy walked alone into the night, unaware that someone unexpected was following him silently. The street was silent, almost like the world was holding its breath. Ayan walked slowly, his small feet trembling but steady. He had never stepped out this late before, but tonight he wasn't a child. Tonight, he was a boy trying to save his mother. His hands were cold. His heart beat loudly, but he whispered to himself, "For Mommy, I can do anything." Behind him, a shadow followed. Ayan didn't notice. He was too focused on finding the men who threatened his mother. A child in a dangerous place and walked through narrow streets until he reached an old market area. Half of the shops were closed, and the few open ones had dim lights. Stray dogs lay on the ground. The wind moved loose papers across the road. He remembered the words from the letter. Tomorrow night. Bring the money. He didn't have money. But he had courage, and he hoped courage would be enough. He stopped near a broken streetlight. This was where he once saw the tall man talking on the phone. Maybe he would come again. Ayan waited. Minutes felt like hours. His fingers dug into his pockets. He kept breathing slowly, trying not to cry. A hand on his shoulder suddenly. A hand touched his shoulder. Ayan jumped in fear and turned round quickly. It wasn't a dangerous man. It was Aunt Mariam. She looked tired and worried. Ayan, what are you doing here? At this hour? Ayan stepped back. Auntie, why are you following me? I saw you leave the house, she said. You were alone, and you looked scared. Ayan looked down. Please go home, Auntie. I have to do something important. But she grabbed his arm gently. Ayan, you are a child. You can't fight these men. I have to, he said. They'll take me. If Mommy can't pay? She stared at him for a long moment. Then she sighed deeply. Ayan, there is something you don't know about your mother's past. Something I should have told you long ago. A mother's hidden Battalion felt confused. What do you mean? He asked. Aunt Miriam sat on a step and motioned for him to sit beside her. Your mother was not just running from money problems, she said. She was running from a man your father's older brother. Ayan blinked. Uncle. Yes, she nodded. Your father disappeared many years ago. No one knows where he went. But his brother. He wanted control of everything. Your mother refused to listen to him, so he threatened her. Ayan felt his stomach twist in confusion. So all this time, the men? Some were his men, she said quietly. Others were loan sharks who worked for him. He wanted your mother weak. He wanted you. Because you are the last memory of your father. Ayan felt a chill move through his body. But why now? He whispered, Because he found your house, she said. He wants you. He believes he has a right to keep you. Ayan shook his head fiercely. No, Mommy needs me. I won't go with anyone. Aunt Miriam wiped a tear from her eye. You're brave, Ayan. Too brave for your age. Before he could answer, a loud noise echoed from behind the market. Ayan stood up instantly. They found him from the shadows. 2 men appeared. Big, dark clothes. Cold eyes. One of them said, There he is. Ayan froze. Aunt Miriam stepped in front of him. Leave the boy alone, she shouted. The men ignored her. They walked closer, their steps heavy, their faces emotionless. Ayan, the taller man said, Come with us quietly. No need for trouble. Ayan felt his legs shake. His throat tightened. But he didn't move back. He thought of his mother's tears. He thought of the notes. He thought of the fear he lived with every day. He whispered no. The man smirked. You don't have a choice. Aunt Miriam grabbed Ayan's hand. Run. But before they could move, another figure stepped out of the darkness. Tall, strong, wearing a long coat. The 2 men stopped instantly. Ayan looked up, confused. The new man spoke in a deep voice. You will not touch this boy. Ayan felt goosebumps. He didn't know who this man was, but the 2 dangerous men, suddenly, looked scared. The stranger stepped closer and said something that made Ayan's world freeze. I am here for my son. Ayan's mouth opened in shock. His heart skipped a beat. His father, the man who vanished long ago? Before he could think, the stranger looked directly at him. Ayan. I'm your father. Ayan stared at the man standing in front of him. His heart felt confused, scared, and hopeful all at once. The stranger's eyes were sharp, yet soft like he had carried pain for many years. Ayan whispered, My father. The 2 dangerous men who had come to take Ayan suddenly stepped back. Their confidence vanished like smoke. They looked shocked, almost afraid. The tall stranger took another step forward. You will not touch this child, he said firmly. The men exchanged nervous glances. We didn't know he was yours, one stammered. It doesn't matter what you knew, the stranger said coldly. Leave, now. Without another word, the 2 men ran back into the dark alley. The silence that followed felt heavy. Ayan swallowed hard. If you're my father, then where were you all these years? The man's face softened. Ayan. I didn't leave by choice. Aunt Miriam placed her hand on Ayan's shoulder. Let him speak, Beta. Father's hidden story. The man slowly knelt down to Ayan's height. When you were a baby, I was working for a small company. But your uncle, my older brother, wanted me to join his illegal business. I refused. Ayan listened quietly, his heart beating fast. He threatened your mother. He threatened you. I knew he would hurt you both if I stayed. So I went to the police. But they were scared of him. No one helped. I took a deep breath. So I left only to protect you and your mother. I went far away to gather proof against him. Years passed and I kept fighting from the shadows. I thought he would leave you both alone if I disappeared. Ion felt tears in his eyes. You didn't leave us. To leave us. No, the man whispered. I left so you could have a safe life. I never stopped loving you or your mother. Not even for one day. Ion's legs felt weak. He didn't know what to feel. Hunger, love, sadness, shock. The danger isn't over, and Miriam suddenly looked around nervously. Ion, we should go home. More of those men may come. The father nodded. They will. Your uncle won't stop until he gets what he wants. Ion asked quietly. What does he want? His father replied with pain in his voice. He wants to control everything, including you. You are the last family he cannot control. Ion felt a cold shiver. But he won't succeed anymore, his father added. Not while I'm here. Before they could move, another voice echoed through the dark street. A deep, angry voice. So, you finally showed yourself. Ion froze. A group of men stepped out from behind the shops. And leading them was a tall, cruel-faced Manion's uncle. Face to face with the enemy, the uncle's eyes were sharp like blades. He looked at Ion first, then at his father. Well, the lost brother returns, he sneered, and takes what belongs to me. Ion's father stepped in front of him protectively. You don't own this boy, the uncle laughed. I own everything you left behind. The woman, the debts. The boy? Ion felt anger rise inside him. I'm not yours, he shouted. The uncle's eyes widened. You have your father's fire, but fire burns easily. Aunt Miriam moved beside Ion, trembling but brave. You will not take him. He is not yours. The uncle motioned to his men. Take the boy. They moved forward. Ion's father pushed Ion behind him. Run, Ion. Find your mother. Ion didn't move. No, I won't leave you. His father looked into his eyes. Remember what your mother taught you. You make her happy. That's all she needs. Go to her. Ill. Those words broke Ion's heart. The moment everything changed before anyone could react, police sirens filled the air. Blue lights flashed. Cars surrounded the area. The uncle's men tried to run. The police officers caught them quickly. Ion's father smiled softly. I told the police everything years ago. Tonight, they finally believed me. The uncle shouted, You think this is over? But it was over. The police arrested him. Ion ran and hugged his father tightly. His father hugged him back, tears falling for the first time. A family reunited later that night. Ion's mother ran toward them, crying with relief. She hugged Ion first. Then she turned to the man she thought she had lost forever. You came back, she whispered. I never left, he said. I was just late. Ion held both their hands. His mother kissed his head. You saved us, Ion. Ion smiled through tears and said the words he always believed. Mommy, you are happy now. That's all I need.